All right, now we got some people coming in. Good morning. Sawati Ton Chow. Today we're coming to you from Pacamara, like usual. And tomorrow I'll be going to Suratani. So I'm going to be leaving a little bit early, so I'm not going to have time to stream. So that's why I'm streaming today, in case you wanted to know. Let me see here. Oh boy. Thank you. All right, now I got my coffee. I'm all set. I got an espresso and a dirty coffee. You get 2 for 1 today, so there's nobody here, so I might as well have what I want here. Okay, so let me see where I can start here, because things are a little bit screwed up on my part, but that's all right. Let's see here. Okay, cool. Today we're going to talk about starting over, how you can start over. Doesn't matter where you are, but you can start over if you're going somewhere different. You know, just a few tips, a few things to think about. And that's what we're going to be talking about. But before we get into today's topic, let me say this. You know, I've been doing a little bit of thinking, and not just about, you know, life here in Thailand, but about what it really takes to, if you want to reset. And you know, you got to kind of throw away the playbook and walk away from everything, and then you just start over. You got to start new, you got to start fresh. And I did that when I came here. I was, oh man, I was slammed with work. I had so many things to do, and I was, it was a battle. I mean, I would go and earn money, and then at night I'd go out with my girlfriend, and you know, I'd spend $200 in a night, and you know, she was happy. Whatever. I mean, I think about it now, and I'm like, I don't know what I was doing, but trying to keep her happy, I guess. And you know, whatever, I did my thing. We had our fun, and you know, we went out to good restaurants, and we drank, you know, nice champagne, nice tequila. I mean, I was buying $150, $200 bottles of tequila, and you know, I drink them with her, with a couple of friends, whatever. And I started thinking about Thailand. You know, I had been thinking about Thailand for a while, and then I just thought, you know, I got to go there. And when I asked her, she didn't want to come. She was like, why do I want to go there? Oh, I got lipstick on. Why do I want to go there when it's so filthy and they don't even speak English? And I always remember that. So I went. And then I started looking at the place, and I thought, wow, you know, I could come here and, you know, I just take a break. And that's what I did. I eventually figured it out, and decided to stay here. I thought I'd stay for a year, and you know, now it's been more than 30. So I'd say something clicked, something worked. I didn't necessarily do everything purposely. There were some things that I did, and they just fell into place. And you know, I got lucky. In some ways, I got lucky. In some ways, I was prepared because I was there. There were quite a few, you know, things that happened that if certain things didn't happen, I wouldn't still be here today. I would have went home and I would have said, oh well, I'll just start a new job and I'll see what I can do, and you know, but I didn't do that. And so here I am, and I started over again. Now, I'll tell you what, ever since I started getting my Social Security, I started thinking to myself, maybe it's time for another little time to reinvent yourself. to start over again. And you know, the only thing I really came up with is I don't mind sitting in front of the camera talking to people. I don't mind doing that once in a while. But sometimes it gets boring, and then I think, oh, where am I going to go? What am I going to do? Hey, listen, there's plenty of places in the world to go. There's not always plenty of money to go around. But, you know, I can get to where I need to go or want to go if I really want to go there. And I just started thinking to myself, you know, there are places in Thailand that I haven't seen. And there are a lot of places in Thailand that other people, they haven't seen either. And that's kind of what I do, is I go to places where it's not a tourist trap. And then I decide to go there, and then I show people that. I've done that for years. Now, I can tell you that if I want to sit in my office or sit here on a live stream, most of the time, I make more money doing this. I mean, I don't make a huge amount of money, but I make considerably more sitting here than when I go on a travel trip where I spend, you know, $1,000 or $1,500, and you know, maybe I make $500 if I'm lucky. So it's not that. It's what I was thinking is to reinvent myself right now. The only thing I need to do is just do what makes me happy. And I said it. I've been saying it for a while. You know, I've been really watching what I eat, and I'm on a much better diet. I mean, pretty strict, but you know, this is like a little, this is okay because there's milk in it, but it's got a little bit of sugar in the milk. But other than this, you know, I'm eating like people don't eat usually as strict as I do now. And I'm just focused on that. And I've always been focused. Well, almost always. There have been some years when I haven't been so focused, but especially when I was training and when I was, I used to wrestle in high school. And then, you know, when I got older, I was in martial arts and stuff. And so I used to watch my weight, and I used to watch what I ate. But I thought I could get away with some things. And sometimes, you know, you can get away for so long, and then you can't get away with it anymore. Your body won't let you. So I'm not doing even more. I don't know what you're talking about, dude. I said I'm going to cut back on my streams. I didn't do streams for 2.5 weeks. Then I did a stream. Then a week later, I did a stream. I did a stream on Sunday, and I was going to do a stream on Thursday. That's 2 a week. That's plenty. But tomorrow I'm leaving. And I don't want to have to rush around and come here and then, or go even stream from home and then hurry up and get ready to go and fly out and all that other stuff. I'm calm, but you know, you say things like this, it's like, why do you say them? They're not true. So why do you even say them? I don't care if you're jerking my gherkin. You shouldn't jerk my gherkin. That's the thing. Why are you jerking my gherkin? I don't understand that. You're playing with me? Scotty, don't play. Well, that's pretty much what it is, but sometimes I'll eat like a cucumber and some tomato, maybe some Greek yogurt. I'll have some lamb. I love lamb. I got to order some more. I got to buy a few things at the grocery today. I got to take things down to the south because they don't eat all that well. You know, I mean, they eat, but they eat whatever they want. They fry stuff up. And so I'll be bringing my olive oil and my mackerel and some fish and some other things down there. And then we have eggs and tomatoes and cucumbers there, so I'll be all right. But anyway, the idea is to change whatever you're doing so you start fresh. And I just thought about it. I thought, I haven't been doing any travel videos. I haven't really done that for, I don't know how long, but for a while. I thought, you know, it's nice to be liked. Okay, it's great. Oh, I've got a lot of subscribers. I got people that like me. Oh, we love you, man. You know, all that. Okay, great. That's fantastic. It's better than being hated, you know, but whatever. Okay. And so I started thinking about it, and I just thought, like, do I always do things that make me happy on this channel? No, I don't. And, I've been thinking about, what I want to do. How soon do I want to do it? And, well, I'm not really worried about a tsunami right now, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I understand there's concern, but there's no concern here. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I do eat. Yeah, I sometimes have some celery, but not too much because, man, the price of celery here is going up. It's like, you want a little batch of celery, it's like 150, 200 baht now. It's ridiculous. Anyway, so I just was thinking that, I've said this, I've got a free ticket on Thai Airways. I'm going down to the south now. And I'll have the money soon where I can just go, all right, it's no problem. I can piss this money away. So I just thought, what I have to do is do what makes me happy and not worry about whether people love the videos, whether people love me in the videos. I don't have to worry about it. I don't really need to worry about the money from it, although it's nice to make the money, but I don't have to think about that. I just need to think about doing what I want to do and doing it well enough to make me happy. And that's really all I need to think about. I don't need to think about anything else. Hopefully those videos make you guys happy. So, in addition to just sitting in front of a camera, I am going to start traveling more, and I think you might be surprised at some of the stuff that I do. And I'm buying gear right now so I can do some of this stuff because I don't have some of the gear, filters and all kinds of little things. What else do I need with the filters? Well, the filters, and I need a couple little stabilizers and just pieces of equipment that go with cameras. So that's what I'm working on right now. But in regards to what we're talking about here, starting over, that in my way, that's how I start over. Okay, now tomorrow, like I said, I'm heading down to Surat for a few days, and I'm kind of excited because I have all these video clips from before we put in our durian, and now we put in our durian and the trees are starting to grow, and we're starting to put in a fish farm. So I just want to kind of reconnect with down there, with what's going on our land and the people there, and, just kind of do my thing down there, which is not all that much. It's walk around, maybe I'll live stream once. I don't know if I'll live stream twice, but once, probably just once, and shoot some video, and shoot the video of how it is now, combine it with the other one, and then I got a video of our land, and then in a few years when the durian is ready, then I'll film it, or maybe when the fish farm is ready. I don't know exactly what's going on, but we're going down there. We're going to buy quite a few things. I've got so many cameras, and they're not disposable, really. I've gotten rid of about 10 cameras, and I still have about 6 or 7. Anyway, I just wanted to stream before I go, because I didn't want to stream tomorrow morning and have to rush everything. And I'm not, listen, there's not all that much that I want to talk about from down there. I just kind of want to show it and let it, I've talked about it. Well, we have vegetables, we have fruit, we have herbs, we have, all this stuff. But for me to talk about it's one thing. I can sit in a chair and talk about it all day long. But that's not what I want to do. I want to show it. So So starting over, and starting over kind of costs you in different ways. But before we get into this, in case you don't know, my name is Scott, and I am an American in Bangkok. And I've been here for a long time, long enough to say that sometimes I'm bored here. That's what I'll say. For more than 3 decades I've been here now. And that's long enough. I mean, it's long. I can say I've been here for 30 years, 40 years, 50, it's all the same. At this point, it's the same. You know? Yeah, I've been here long enough. I've been here long enough to forget things, remember things. But just do me a favor. Just because the YouTube algorithm supposedly rewards thumbs up, do me a favor, leave me some thumbs up, subscribe, hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified of the upcoming videos and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, do that for me. And then if you have a message or a comment or you want to contact me, the email address is anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. And if you need a consultation, that's a paid consultation. It's not a free consultation, just so you know. That's also at anamericaninbangkok@gmail.com. Now, what is this here? You should travel to the border with Cambodia and cover the fragile ceasefire. Let me just tell you something. First of all, I hate it when people tell me what I should do and what I shouldn't do and where I should go and where I should. If you want to do it, go there, get your own channel and put it on your own channel. Really. Go do it. I went to Hong Kong. That was a calculated risk. I could go to, I've already thought about it. And now I'm 63 years old. I'm almost 63. Why do I want to go there? For what purpose? How important is it to Southeast Asia and the rest of the world? Well, I mean, it's a little bit important, but guess what? This too shall pass. And for me to go down there and risk being blown up or shot, when really, honestly, I could go there and I would probably cover my nut and make a little bit of money, and I'm talking about maybe $200-300 I would make in profit. It's not worth it. It's not worth my life. I don't have to do a damn thing anymore if I don't want to. So why would I go there? There's absolutely no reason. You sounds rich being a landowner and home down south. Any insight into how much I can expect to pay for my carpets and furniture that's being sent to Thailand? No, absolutely none. Depends on how heavy it is, how much this stuff is valued at. You're supposed to be able to bring it in for free, but I don't know. I don't know if you've ever brought anything in before, so. But you get, how much is it that you get for free? Is it $1,500 or $1,000 or something? I forget. Let's see here. 20,000 baht, which is not much. That's not very much, man. 20,000 baht of household goods. So anything over that 20,000 baht, they're gonna charge you customs and duties on. You know, you might pay 30%. I don't know, but it just depends on what you're bringing in. Anyway. Okay. Let's see here. Now I got to go all the way back up here. Let's see. Now, why would you want to start over? If you think your life is perfect, why do you want to start over? But if you think you're stuck or you're lost or, something's broken, you just had a divorce, whatever it may be, then you may want to start over. You may want to make a move somewhere else because you're far away. Listen, when I came here, I thought it was really weird because I came here, I only had a few, I would call them associates. And those associates I don't really talk to anymore. There's only one guy, and he lives in Cambodia now. He's been around for pretty much as long as I've been living here. And his name is Scott also. I'm trying to think of anybody else. And most of the other people, they've either gone back home, I've lost touch with them, they've died. But I didn't have many friends when I came here. And I was, I'm not quick to make friends. I can make associates, but not friends. Well, it depends on what you want to bring over, how much stuff you have. Do you have money? Do you have the money to pay for it and stuff like that? But if you're bringing in something it's $3,000 and, you got to pay tax on, say, $2,400, well, you might pay $720. You might pay more, you might pay less. It depends on what you're bringing in and how they value it. So, maybe you're not going to get the same quality. Maybe you're not going to get the exact brand. I mean, you just don't know. Unless you itemized everything, that would be a different story. Then you could just ask immigration, and they would give you an idea. And even then, it still wouldn't be the same. The stuff would get here, and they say, "Oh, this is this, and there's something with this," and you'd be like, "Okay, so how much extra?" "Oh, it's 700 baht more." "Oh, okay, not too much." But you can buy pretty much whatever you want here. Thailand is not a third world country, and it's not a place where you're not going to be able to find things. I can get anything I want here. I mean, pretty much. So there are certain brands and certain items that they will not ship here. You have to buy inside of Thailand. And because of the duties that they charge, the prices are a bit high. And so, that's how it works. Well, that's all I did. I just brought I bought a duffel bag, I bought a suitcase, and I bought a backpack. If you're coming to Thailand only for sex, then don't come. Really, don't come. That's what I'll tell you. The sex will get old, man. I mean, really. And you're not a young man. So the sex will get old. Believe me. And I can guarantee you, and I'm saying this with full confidence, that I've had more sex in Thailand in my first 5 years than almost anybody probably that's in Thailand now. Maybe aside from some sex addicts or something like that. But, I went nuts. I did whatever I wanted. And, after a while, I just went, they all look the same. All the girls look the same. Their tatas look the same. Their vajayjay looks the same. Everything looks the same. And I got bored. And I just went, I need something a little more meaningful than this. This is kind of like, but that took a couple of years, several years, 4 or 5 years. So don't come here for the sex. Somebody who comes here for the sex, listen, Dart's son, when is it that you plan on moving somewhere or retiring full time? Because every time you come in here, you tell about when you're going to retire, you sound like somebody else I know who always talked about coming to Thailand to retire, but he never came to Thailand and he never, ever has retired as long as I knew him. He never retired. Why did I know you'd be here?
I'm going to buy you the free cup today, but...
Well, it's too late now.
Too late.
All right, I don't need to hear all your sounds. Jesus Christ.
My wife has gotten into a cycle. She wants to go to the park in the morning with the dog.
All right, that's nice. I'm streaming right now.
Oh, good morning.
Yeah, you're not in the stream at this point. They do have Dysons here, but what the hell does that matter? How important is that? I mean, really. Why does Dysons have to be available here? What the hell does that matter? Seriously. But they do have them here. There is a Dysons Thailand, because I just looked it up. They have plenty of this stuff. All right, so if you want that, if that's the deal breaker for you to come to Thailand, well, then your deal has been confirmed. Now I have to say that yesterday I met up with Chucky. I have to just give a shout out to Chucky and to Disco Debbie. Now, let's see how I can put this. Chucky came here. We're supposed to meet. He never wants to meet in the morning, which I always like to meet in the morning, because then that way it leaves my afternoons open for me to do what I want to do. And unless there's something really great that I'm going to do with somebody else, I don't want to do it with them. I don't want to go and sit and have a coffee at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So he's like, meet me at 1:30. I said, all right. He said, I'm bringing Disco Debbie. I was, okay, Disco Debbie. So he shows up, and there's this woman with him, very petite, rather thin. She's 71 years old, and she's dressed up like a disco queen. And all I can say is, listening to Chuck and her banter back and forth, because she wants Chuck to take him here, take her here, take her there, go here, go there. And Chuck's finally like, I am not your tour guide. But she's on Instagram. I will give you her Instagram just because I'm a nice guy. Her name is Disco Debbie 54, like Studio 54. So she's on there, and apparently she's gotten some rather large views, and she's like, I don't know how to monetize this stuff. So I told her yesterday a little bit about how to monetize on YouTube and on Instagram. And she's on TikTok, apparently. You'll have to go research her and find out your other information for yourself. But she wants to try to start making some money from it, so I'm giving her a little bump here. So if you want to go to her Instagram, check her out, okay? My lawyers are working on getting for me SSD for my lumbar back herniation and neck cervical herniation. It will get me over $3,000 a month on Social Security. Once that is done, I will move. And what is the projected time for that? 2 years? I mean, I don't understand. You have no other money besides that, or what? Can't do things over the phone, through email, video chat, that kind of thing. That way you'd be able to start over, which is the subject of our video or a live stream. Starting over. So you would be starting over. That's if you ever came here. Now listen, I did forget something. Do me a favor. This has nothing to do with thumbs up or subscribing. If you want, hit the join button down below the video window. You can sign up to my channel for as little as $1.99, Darth Son. And then if you go down a little bit farther and you go into the description area, you'll see that I have the Cash App. You can become a sponsor on YouTube by hitting the super chat. You can buy me a coffee. You can get some of my merch. You can buy one of my books. You can go on Patreon, or you could just purchase something on Amazon through the link that I have down there. Or you could just follow me on social media, or just keep watching. Whatever you want to do. But I've got some of the people who support the channel listed down below. So there you go. And I would appreciate that, because I'd hate to stream all day today and like not make any money. You know, it shows me just how much I'm valued when I make $0 in a stream. And I hate to be saying that, but that's kind of how I feel sometimes, because I'll give you guys information, you guys will learn, and then I don't get anything in return. Nobody ever does shit for me. And you know what? For the most part, I don't care. I really don't care. I don't care so much about the money. It's just the effort, the thought. And you know, there's normal people like, you know, Raymond, Carlos, there's a lot of people, Billy, Carnivore Chronicles, Jim, TkyoSam, Mitch. There's just so many people that I can thank. But there's a lot of people that they don't ever contribute dime one. No, I have to go I have to be on hand to go grab medical history documents from my previous doctors. Trump's changes to Social Security have made everything else real slow. What changes? What changes has he made to Social Security? Do you know of any changes, Tom, that Trump made to Social Security?
Get illegals off of it.
Well, illegal means illegal, against the law, so they should not be collecting Social Security. Sorry, that's just what I think. And if you don't like it, tough shit. I don't know if you have ever hired lawyers and they charge me $3. I understand that. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you, what were the changes made to Social Security that affect you? And you can blame Trump for a lot. I don't know if this is one of those things that he deserves or not, because I haven't heard anything about it, any changes. Anyway, let's not concentrate on you, which is what we do sometimes. Yeah, I know that. I know that. I do understand that. But that's always the challenge. And it's always been the challenge, and it's the challenge for the Thais. You know, seriously, the Thais want people who are affluent and have plenty of money to spend, but they don't really want them to stay. Or they want them to stay and, you know, kind of stay away from us, don't integrate too much. That's what I think they would prefer. Now, on my channel, I do have some very generous people, I will say that. But there's also some cheapskates, and I know that. And I don't call anybody out, it doesn't matter. Everybody has their own reasons. Some people don't have the money. Some people are just, they're dead against it, and it's fine, okay? Whatever. I'm not trying to criticize or chastise anybody. I'm just saying that some people are a little more frugal than others for whatever their reasons. But I don't think I have the affluent, and maybe what I need to start doing is going to places that cost me, you know, 40,000 baht a night or something to stay in that hotel. Spend some savings and go, okay, I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna stay one night and I'm gonna get 10 videos out of it and 2 live streams in 2 days. Then maybe I'll get some more people. You got all these people going, and I don't like doing this. You go to whatever the luxury condo is. Luxury condo is not 7,000 baht a month. Let me just tell you that right now. A luxury condo does not start at 7,000 baht a month. You may get a tiny little condo that has all kinds of amenities that most people never use, and you can get into that place for 7,000 baht. Maybe you only pay 14,000 to get in. I don't know, whatever. But that's not luxury. Luxury is 200,000 baht. Luxury is 150,000 baht. Well, that's not my experience, Michael. There's two Americans sitting right here, and neither of us have any flags on our shirts. I mean, I have some stuff, and I just don't wear it most of the time. Thank you very much, Robert. I appreciate that. $2 for your 40,000 baht room. Oh, you're talking about local, so I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't see that many, but I do see a lot with stuff on that they don't know what the hell it means. And I always use this as I use this as an example. But when I met my wife, she used to wear this shirt and it said junkie baby powder. And it had a little baby and a big needle on the front. And I was like, do you know what this means? And she's like, no, I don't know. Somebody gave me this shirt, you know. And I was like, well, this is heroin. And they're talking about a baby that's, you know, on heroin. You shouldn't wear this shirt, honey. And then, you know, she gave me a shirt once. I don't know if you remember this shirt. I used to wear it once in a while out, but then I stopped wearing it out because she goes, you know, really, that's kind of classless. She bought me the shirt. And what it was a bunch of little devils screwing on the shirt. You had like, you know, there's probably like 100 of them. It's all over the shirt. And they, you know, you'd have somebody bent over. The devil would have, it was like a little horny little devil. He'd have somebody bent over. He'd have somebody with their legs up. He'd have somebody sideways, you know. And it was all over the shirt. And I wore that shirt out sometimes. And, you know, people had to look at it and do a double take. And that kind of stuff happens. Yeah, no, something like that.
You can have one.
Oh, thank you. But you know, you see Che Guevara, you see all these different things on ties. They haven't got a clue. They may be wearing it because, you know, their brothers in America and sent them a bunch of clothes. They don't even know what it means. They don't know. So I wouldn't worry about it. I wouldn't give it too much thoughts. Okay, so let me see here. Where was I? Now, you have to remember that, like I said, there is a cost to starting over, especially if you're starting over in Thailand fresh. And some of those costs are things like the uncertainty of what's going to happen, what are you going to do, the loneliness when you don't have any friends, the doubts that you may have about, well, am I going to be able to do this? Am I going to be able to do that? Well, you know, what about my visa? Am I going to be able to renew this? What's going on? These kind of things kind of weigh on you a little bit, and not always, but then, you know, everybody talks about how cheap it is to live abroad. Hey, Jim. Everybody talks about how cheap it was, but the truth is it's cheaper, but it's not necessarily cheap. But you got to think about the real cost, and that is the financial missteps, the visa hurdles, the legal headaches, and then, you know, when you move, you're losing proximity to your family. Your friendships may fade. Now, I got a couple of friends back in the U.S. I call them about no more than about once every 3 months, and we talk. Well, it's actually 3 people that I can think of. In addition to my family, which I call every week, but I call my friends about every 3 months, every 2 months, whatever. And I keep in touch with them, and we haven't lost. I could go there right now and it'd be exactly how it was before, except we're older and we got more wrinkles. But you're going to be, you know, more disconnected, and that's kind of how it is. You may not pay in money, or you may, but you may pay in time and regret. And your identity is going to change. If you are starting over, your identity may change. You only got one thing? What about me? What's going on?
What to come next?
Unbelievable.
I don't have your number.
So, you know, if you're moving, you're not really just moving. You're kind of like shedding a skin, you know, kind of like a snake. And I don't want to say that it hurts people, but some people, like close family members, may be going, What's he going to Thailand for? What's he going to Brazil for? Why is he going there and moving there? Oh, I know. He just wants to screw all the girls, which is what a lot of people think. And like, people talk to me like that sometimes now, and I just go, man, I've been here for more than 30 years. Do you think I really give two shits about all that? I mean, obviously women are important, especially if you want them in your life. But if they don't give you that much of a hassle, then what's so important? It's important that they back you and they're good for you. You know, that's about it. All right, let's see here. I was at a music festival, saw dozens of Thais wearing shirts. I guarantee that none of them could sing a single song. Probably. Some people do know, the bands in the U.S. I mean, my wife knows Guns N' Roses, and she knows a lot of bands from the U.S. And but she's a little bit of an anomaly compared to other people who are just wearing shirts and they're Thai. Okay, I mean, she's been in America several times. She's been around the world, so she knows. She got a thing or two that she knows. All right, let me see here. So I'm just curious. I see a lot of Thais wearing New Balance. I can't say that they wear a lot of New Balance, buddy. I don't see that. And I'll be honest, I see people, they're wearing Under Armour, they're wearing, I forget the name, it's like Hokaki or Hoaki? No, not Oakley, it starts with an H. Hoaki or something like that. They wear all kinds of, they wear that, it's called DC. It's, God damn, I forget what it is. It's for young kids. They wear that, they wear Converse, they wear, all kinds of things. Skechers, yeah, they wear Skechers.
There are New Balance stores here, but I don't know of anybody that has them.
No, they are. There's a lot of New Balance here. And I actually thought about getting some shoes like that, but I don't know. I'm not really worried about that right now. The low-value T-shirts are forwarded to Cambodia. Trump changes, since you guys don't know, increase in the standard deduction to one big, beautiful act. This is just a start. Okay, so you want to shit on Trump anymore? Is there anything else you got to say? I'm just curious. I don't want to bring politics into this stream. Honestly, I don't give a shit what Trump is doing. I live here. And if you are talking about Thailand, we're talking about living here, starting over here and other places, but not in America. And personally, I like Trump, and I don't care what anybody says. And I think he's doing at least a decent job. I don't follow him. I don't follow everything that is going on. So it doesn't really matter.
I follow the 36% tariff on Thai goods.
Just come over for 6 months at a time with a double tourist visa. That's something you can do, but some people want to live here. It does get annoying to fly back and forth to America or to Australia or to whatever from Thailand. It gets annoying. Having been born and raised, I am a Patriots fan. During breakfast the other day, I saw a guy wearing a Rodney Harrison Patriots shirt. He had no idea what to... Well, that's what I mean. Some of the brand name garments you see are actually made here. Darth Son, we're not talking about prostates on this stream right now. That's not the subject of this stream. If you want to go find a chat that makes prostate surgery, prostate problems, the focus of the channel, then go there. But don't talk about it here, okay? If you're an older man, generally you wake up at least once during the night to pee. That's all I'm gonna say. Trump is kicking butt. Well, he didn't end the Thai-Cambodia war. That's ridiculous. He didn't, it wasn't him that ended it. That's just nonsense. He said, he made a comment and it helped maybe it didn't.
Just this morning, some people died.
Yeah, they're still going at it. They're full of shit, all of them. This is the thing. You need to understand something. 99.9% of people in the world are full of shit. And I'm damn glad I'm a minority. And that's just, I want to live my life that way. I don't have to worry about anything.
I'm only half full of shit.
I'm about 3 hours from Udon Thani. Oh, not very close. Yeah, I've been in that area where he's at and farther east. And I like it there, but I just don't want to go back. I don't know what it is. I always go to the south. I like going to the south. And that's probably where I'm going to go. Well, I got to go to Hat Yai. You're only half full of shit because Tom just took a dump. Probably. I don't want to know.
The day I can get rid of half of it in one dump is the day I celebrate.
Listen, the new diet, I don't have to worry about my dumps anymore. I'm not taking a freaking grizzly bear shit. No more.
I'm down to 98.2 today.
Well, how much have I lost now? 9.2 kilos. Would you call Udon Thani a part of Isan? That is oh my God. Dude, do your research. Scott doesn't have brown eyes, so he can't be full of shit. Yeah. There's a local garment factory. They push for several brands. Well, we know there's factories, lots of factories in Thailand. Sometimes they won't sell the gear or whatever they're making in Thailand. Now, I can't wait to see this decathlon that's opening up in place of Don Key. Don Key is no longer open. They closed. In the mall.
There are other places.
They closed it, and now they put up Decathlon, which has a store up above that's a tiny little store, and they don't have shit. Now they may have more stuff. They may have more stuff that's in this place, and so maybe I'll be able to buy some stuff because I got a couple of things from there that were pretty good, and I like it. But yeah, I mean, come on, is Udon Thani part of Isan? It's like right in Isan. What are you talking about? I mean, I don't know, how many times have you been to Thailand? I was surprised because I talked to Chuck yesterday. We're talking, and I said, yeah, I think I'm going to go to Hat Yai in August or September. He goes, what? Hat Yai? Where's that? And they go, you don't know where Hat Yai is? He's been here probably 10 times. He doesn't know where Hat Yai is. No, all he knows is that he's in Thailand, and he gets to go see his friends, and he gets to eat some Thai food, and he gets to see some things in Thailand. That's what he does. But he doesn't go to, like, off the beaten track places like me. And I'm going to go to some off the beaten track places. And I think I'm just getting the one-way ticket because I was going to get the round trip ticket, but then I'm forced to come back at a certain time, and I don't want to have that hanging over my head. What are you talking about? Why so many names for the same place? It does get confusing. All right, we're moving on here. Okay. I'm sorry you have that problem, but that's your problem. Now, sometimes reinvention is ugly before it's beautiful. I'm going to, which is nice. I'm going. Me and Nick and her are going, and I can't wait to get down there just to get away from the. If I want, I can go get a chair and just sit in the durian fields. Bring something to put my feet on and just lay there and just sit there for hours, which I may do. But usually reinvention is a little bit messy, it's slow, it's full of failure. You got to fail sometimes in order to learn and to progress. And when I came here, I thought, I was going to be Mr. Cool. Oh, all the girls love me here. Oh, it's so great. Oh, I got plenty of money coming in. I'm Mr. Wheeler Dealer. And then, after a little while, I was like, well, I don't have that much money coming in. I'm not Mr. Wheeler Dealer. And a lot of the girls that love you, it's fake love. It's not really love. They like you as long as the money's coming in. Now, you may fall down a dozen times before you even realize where you are. So my question of any of you who care is, what is the biggest misconception people have about moving abroad? Personally, I think the biggest misconception is they think that life is going to be so easy and so much better right away, and that they're going to have the girl of their dreams, and those are some of the misconceptions. And of course, Thai women are so subservient, which I've never ever found that to be true. And I've had some women that, including my wife, who have treated me very, very well. They cook for me, they clean for me, they do all kinds of things for me, but they are not subservient. Yeah, I don't want to talk to this guy anymore unless he has something useful to say, because every time he comes in here, he disrupts the stream and he just comes out with total bullshit. So I don't know what his deal is, and I don't really care. But if he keeps doing it, I'm going to ban him because I'm sick of it. Yeah, internet has really screwed up women, especially Thai women. I mean, think about it. Now, you come over here, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go on Tinder, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. And they go on Tinder and the girls are like, okay, it's gonna cost you 4,000 baht. And they're like, what's going on here? It's hard to find a really good woman. Why don't you just go out and walk around? Go somewhere. Go to coffee shops. Go to groceries. I mean, I do, and I see all kinds of women.
Go to Lotus. Big C.
No, I wouldn't go to Lotus. I wouldn't go to Lotus. You're gonna get the lower end there.
Well,
personally, I don't think you want to shoot for the lower end. Go to parks where they exercise. Go to gyms. There's all kinds of places to go, and nobody wants to go there. Oh, I want to do it online on Thai Friendly. Ugh. All right, and then you wonder why she took you for everything you got, or she's some hoe who's every time you screw her she wants money. All right, that's your $2, Robert. You got your $2 worth with that comment. Believe me, my prostate is not blocked. I make sure that thing stays unblocked all the time. Yeah, that's the thing. You want to go somewhere like Sarni's or a nice restaurant. What's that restaurant we went to where we had the pizza? I forget the name of it. But, it's over there. I don't know. It's over by 33 or whatever it is.
the 9.
Oh, it's his prostate. Oh, okay. Well, maybe it is his prostate. I don't know. He could have a problem with that. I have no idea, and I don't really want to know. But the Papina. Yeah, Papina. Okay, you go to some of these places. I mean, listen, no poor Thai is going to go to that place. Unless maybe they saved up for months to go there with their girlfriend or something. But most of the people that go to these places, this is why $500 doesn't work here or $1,000 even. Doesn't work here in Bangkok if you're renting a place. It doesn't work. Because you go out to Sarni's, and the least you're probably going to get out of there for is about 200 baht. Now maybe you get out, you just buy one coffee and you leave, okay, it's 130 baht. But if you want to have something to eat, you want to have something to eat, you're with a friend, it might cost 1,000 baht. It might cost 800 baht. That's 800 baht's 25 bucks. So now you're going to go into Sarni's, and you guys are going to eat. You're going to spend 25 bucks on you and your girl, right? That's 25 bucks. Now, you only have $500 or $1,000 for the month. You have to pay your rent. You have to buy your food.
Electric.
You have to pay electric, water, maybe cable, your phone. You need to pay all this stuff. Yeah, I know Billy spends more than I do. I mean, the other day when I went out, I bought one drink in one place, and I bought maybe 2 drinks in the other place. I'm not sure. But it wasn't more than the one place I bought 1 drink, and it was 153 baht, and I gave her 17 baht tip plus the tip she got from the 10%. So it was 170 baht. Then the other place, I don't remember how much it was, but it wasn't more than that. So I went there, just had 1 coffee because it was for the stream. I'm gonna do it and then go out and walk around and do whatever, which is what I did. No idea. Were twins common in Thailand back before when it was Siam? No idea.
Why do you think they call it Siamese twins?
Well, yeah, I mean, I know that, but that's, you know,
There's a term.
we're together.
There's a Siamese twin name for a reason.
Yeah. So again, I'm asking you guys, what's the biggest misconception people have about moving abroad? And if there's anybody who's moved abroad or who's moving abroad in the process of moving abroad, then let me know. What? Pipe up.
The misconception that living here as a daily life is going to be the same as living here on a vacation.
Okay.
My vacation sets the example of what it's going to be.
Okay, you're not a tourist, you're an expat.
Yeah, they're different things.
Okay, Jim, you take it easy, huh? Yeah, that's something else. I mean, but that's kind of like, that's not very smart, honestly. People come here and they keep living like they're a tourist.
Yeah.
You're not a tourist. You don't need to go to the bar every night and go pick up some chick and, you know, blow a bunch of money. You don't have to do that. You're better off going out once a week, twice a week, you know, maybe get your rocks off or whatever, and then, well, you'll assimilate only if you really want to. And it's very, very difficult because out of everybody in this stream, I'm probably the most assimilated that there is. And I can tell you, I will never fully be a Thai, never, ever. And nor are people who have citizenship here. Now, the mistake that I made, and I did make a mistake, is that a while back, when I was a journalist, I was a correspondent, so I didn't have to pay taxes in Thailand. And so that didn't count for my time. And then when I started working for the company, the boxing company, okay, I started, what I should have done is I had my visa, and what I should have done is started counting my time, my 5 years, because I was with that company about 9 years. I should have started counting the time, but I just wasn't thinking, oh, I want to become a citizen here. Now I'm in a position where I'm not paying into the system for the most part. I'm not paying into the system with taxes. So although I've had a visa for, you know, straight without breaking the visa for I don't even know how many years, 15 or something, I'm not paying tax into the system. Every week I get a paycheck and I get taxed. And you know, you want to hear something funny? Alex is working at this job and he's not making a huge amount, but he's making money and he's doing all right. He gets his first paycheck yesterday. He's pissed off.
A third of it's gone?
No, they don't tax him.
No withholding tax?
There's no, or if there is, it's like 5%. But what it is that he only got a half a month's pay because he'd only been working there for a couple of weeks.
He only worked a half a month.
Right. And so he only got a half a month in pay, and he's like, this is shit. He's like, all my friends are making, you know, 80,000, 100,000. He's like, I'm going to try to become a cabin crew and all this other stuff like some of them are, you know, because he's like, I know I can do it. And I'm like, Alex, I think you're too short. And he's like, no, there's places that it will take me. I'm 5'6", they'll take me. And I'm like, okay. I said, but I think you need to stay here for like 3 months to 6 months. Put your time in so it looks like you're not somebody who's a job hopper. In regards to the elite visa, your first time you do your first 90-day privilege, we'll escort you through the process if you are in Bangkok, Chiang Mai, or Phuket. He did have to do that. Yeah, so I don't know that he really needs to be so worried, but I think he's just pissed off because this is what I get. Why don't they do it the first time? What is the big deal about this 90-day report? What is the frickin' problem with it? I mean, do they need to keep such a handle on you that they have to know exactly where you are all the time. Because let me tell you something. If I didn't want them to know where I was, they wouldn't know. I can tell you that right now. They're not going to know I'm in the South. I mean, we're not filing a paper. What is it called? TM30? We're not filing TM30 when I go down to Surat and then I come back.
38 and 30.
It's 30.
38 is you declaring a new residence. 30 is...
Well, I'm not, that's not a new residence.
Well,
TM30 is a residence you're going to stay temporarily and then you're coming back.
TM30 is the landlord's obligation.
It's the landlord's or yours. It doesn't matter. I've done it before. All right, Tom knows everything about all this stuff. Yeah, the 90-day report is a bunch of nonsense. If you try to live on $1,800 a month security in Thailand, you will find it pretty tight to live a Western lifestyle. Pretty tight? Dude, you have no clue, man. You are so fucking clueless. If you got $1,800 a month and you're single and you're living in even Bangkok, you can live decent. Because I know people who do it all the time. When somebody like you speaks up, and I don't even remember if you've been here. I think you have been here, but I don't think you know your ass from a hole in the ground. Honestly. And that's why every time you come in here, you're always talking about nonsense. It's not tight to live a Western lifestyle. That's just bullshit. Well, are you tight with your money?
No, but I don't live a Western lifestyle. In some regards, I agree with them.
Well,
if you want to live a Western lifestyle, 1,800 won't do it.
What's a Western lifestyle?
Eating beef and steak every day.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I don't have to spend $1,800 to live that lifestyle.
But
I can spend.
You don't have a Western lifestyle.
Well, I live in a.
You don't own a car.
I don't have a car because we're in Bangkok. It has nothing to do with Western or Thai.
An American lifestyle owns a car. You got car insurance.
Not everybody.
An American lifestyle owns a car.
Not everybody.
Where?
There's a lot of people who take buses and get around by train and stuff like that.
I disagree with you.
Well, I don't care what he says. Anyway, he's full of shit. Well, the nightlife does kill your funds. If you want to go out, you want to party, that'll kill your funds faster than anything. But the only thing I would say is, listen, I live in a townhouse, and I wouldn't call it really nice, but it's decent, and it's cheap, and we're living there, and it's clean, and it's the same as a townhouse back in the United States. You know, I mean, pretty much. I go out and buy groceries, and my groceries sometimes, they're all Western. I almost never buy food and make a Thai dish. My wife might, but that's it. When you go do a short trip within Thailand and a hotel Airbnb you stay at does a TM30 without you knowing, is that why they ask for your passport?
Yes.
Yes, that's why they ask you for that. See, this guy is so full of shit. Scott, you need at least a scooter to get around Thailand. No, I don't. I've been here for 31 years. I've never owned one. I've rented some. But that's it. And so, again, I'm going to say, you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You just don't know shit, buddy. Okay, so with regards to the hotel and Airbnb, yes, that's why they take the passport. They take the passport, they send it to immigration. Okay, then when you go back to your place, your landlord or yourself has to do that and get it done. They say it's within, 2 days? 1 day. 24 hours. But that they don't really adhere to that, because most people, by the time they get back, what if they get back at 11 at night, 10 at night, and they can't get to their landlord until the next day? And then the landlord's not there, and then, that kind of stuff happens. They've never been really picky when I've done it, but now I don't really worry about it too much because I don't ever really need it. But as far as this scooter thing, dude, you're out of your mind. You really, every time you talk, you tell me how much you know about Thailand, which is damn near nothing. Dart's son obviously don't because obviously you don't. because Scott doesn't have one. Maybe in a small city, but Bangkok has great mass transportation, no scooter ever needed. No. And if I was in the south in Suratani, well, like if I want to go and get some groceries, I can just walk 5 minutes and I'll be at the market. There's a little store. I can get tomatoes, I can get whatever I want there. Not everything, but I can get something. If I really want to, I can jump on the motorbike, go about 10 minutes down the road, and there's a full-on market, and that's it. I'll just go there and I get whatever I need and I come back. But that, I would say that in Bangkok you definitely don't need one. In some areas outside of Bangkok, you may need one. It would be good to have one. But if you're going to get a motorbike, why not get a car? That sounds like a pain in the ass. You'd have to do a new TM30 every time you go on a short trip. Yeah, I don't. Because I'm going, like this trip, I'm going to Surat. What's gonna happen? I never was in Surat. What's anybody gonna say? I'm not gonna do anything, and I don't have to do it anyway. I'll get it taken care of. If someone gives me a car or scooter in Bangkok, I just sell it. I don't want to drive. Yeah, exactly. In Bangkok, I don't want to drive. I'll walk. I'll take a bicycle. I'll take the SkyTrain. I'll take a Grab. Listen, I got my own driver. You guys never believe this. I'm not in the US where I'm going to take a driver and it's going to cost me $100. Maybe if I'm really unlucky, it might cost me $8 or $10 to go across town. And that's it. So for me to pay on the average maybe $3-4 to go somewhere in Thailand, I pay $3 or $4 and I do that maybe once a week. And then all I do is pay $1 to get to the mall. What do I want to buy a car for and have that added expense? Now I can pay if it's a new car or whatever, I just pay it off, right? Yeah, but you still have maintenance. You have to pay for gas. You have to pay for insurance. It's just bullshit. Yeah, it is nice to drive. I mean, I have driven in Thailand, but I don't have the need to do it. There's no need. No need. No need. Now, Tom has a car, but how often do you drive it?
Just drove this morning.
Once a week? Twice a week?
Well, it's a shared car with my wife and I drive when I need to and when it's there.
Yeah.
I prefer not to drive it because public transportation is so much easier here. But that's not an American lifestyle.
Okay, so we know that Darth's son, he may be moving to Thailand or somewhere else. Is there anybody else that is thinking about moving over here, and how long is it going to take? And all I would say is if you're overly emotional, you're easily discouraged, and you are a fantasy chaser, then I wouldn't do it. Because you lose a little bit of structure. You gain a lot of freedom, which is, I love that. I can go wherever I want. If I wanted to take off, I'd call my wife up and go, hey, honey, you know what? I got a ticket and I'm going to fly down to Hat Yai right this minute. I'm going to go. My flight leaves in 2 hours. I got to go right now. Okay, bye. Boom. I'm in Hat Yai in 2 hours or whatever, 3.5 hours. I'm there. I go wherever I want, whenever I want. I can do whatever I want. But sometimes, you lose familiarity with your old life. Maybe some aspects of your old life were really good. And, maybe you don't want to be free. Maybe you want that structure. So, I'm going to ask you guys some questions. And maybe there'll be like 1 or 2 geniuses in the chat who will answer the questions. If you had to start over today, where would you go? I'm scared to drive in Bangkok. If I'd get a vehicle if I lived in the country. Darth knows it all. He spends 72 hours and he's a ladyboy expert. I'm in the process of selling everything now, but I may end up in Siem Reap. Why? not keen on the BS dealing with a retirement visa in Thailand these days. It's not BS, dude. It's so easy. You come talk to me. I'll set you straight, buddy. I mean, really. You really want to come here? You're really thinking about it? I'll make it very easy for you. I'll make it so easy you make your head spin. Yeah, I don't want to drive all the way to Surat. I don't want to do that. I'll take a train, and that's a little bit different. This he's such a head case. I would sign up with the Merchant Marines to make money and see the world as my starting over as a young man. Yeah, but you're not a young man, so you can't start over. Not in that way. You're not going to be able to do that. I'm not thinking about it. It's when, not if. And okay, I'll take you up on that, Scott. It's a date. Oh, okay, thank you. There's no starting over. Well, for some people there isn't.
No matter where you go, there you are.
Well, that's true. You're always there. You're with yourself. You got your own thoughts that you never forget. At least most of the time you don't forget.
You take your bad habits, your good habits.
Yeah. And, I mean, listen, I have my own habits, and I know that sometimes I'm a bit lazy, and I'll be like at home, and I'll be like, oh, I can just sit here all day and watch TV. I don't have to do shit. I can just sit here and watch these movies one after another. I can binge watch Indiana Jones if I want, right? Whatever it is. But what good's that going to do me? So then I think to myself, if I go out and I shoot one video, at least I can say I did something for the day. And then maybe I'll go out and shoot a video, or I'll go out and, get some footage, or I'll do something.
In 2009, after the economy crashed in the U.S. and the Great Recession of 2008, we had a flood of Americans come to Thailand.
Yeah.
And I would ask them at these different social networking things I went to, why'd you come to Thailand? Well, I wanted to get out of the States. And I said, well, there's 200 sovereignties in the world. You told me why you left the States. I asked you why you came to Thailand.
Yeah.
And most people couldn't answer it. The men couldn't just bone up and say, because I want the women. They couldn't do it. Why can't you
Some people are shy.
Yeah.
Listen, I didn't have any problem. I moved over. I didn't give a shit what anybody thought.
Yeah.
I thought, I don't care. I didn't care what my girlfriend, who I broke up with,
yeah.
It was a mutual breakup.
Yeah.
But I didn't care what she thought. I didn't care what my parents thought. I didn't care what my friends thought. It's just, I'm going. And when I got here, man, I'll never forget that feeling. I'm here. I got money in the bank. I got money in my pocket. And I'm like, I don't have to do anything. I can do whatever I want.
Of the 10 or 15 people that came here in 2009, none of them are still in Thailand. None of them.
All right, let me read this here. Starting in your 50s with zero money. Well, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't start with zero money. That's just stupid. How many times have you gone back to the U.S. over 30 years that you've lived there? Probably 10 times. Maybe 12 times. About every 3 years on average, but that's because before I didn't come over quite as often. I went through a stretch where I didn't go back for like 5 years. But now with the family, we go back a little bit more. We go about every other year. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty, I may go back by myself at the end of the year. I don't know. I may go back for Christmas or right after Christmas and just spend a week there. And, it's a week and it's like, I don't know. I mean, and the tickets are 40,000, 50,000 baht right now. They're not cheap, which that, is another issue. But if I wanted to go, I could just go. I mean, I'll spend the money and that'll be it. Let me see here. For the last 8 years, I wanted to move to Thailand. Now I'm turning 50 in 8 to 9 months from now, and I'm planning my exit from the country. The only thing that is making it seem complicated, is, what do I do with my things in my country. Sell it, store it. Some things make it ambivalent. Well, you have to make a decision, first of all.
What's more important to you?
You have to make a decision. Do you really need what you have at home? Do you really need it? What I did was I gave away, I sold, and I threw away everything. Everything I had. I had a TV, VCR at the time. I had all kinds of stuff. And I just thought, if I got to give this away I'll give this to this person, but hey, why don't you give me $10? Okay, they give me $10. I'd be like, all right, I'll take it. Right? So whatever you can get, whatever you want to do with it, it's up to you, man. If you want, you can throw it all in the trash. I wouldn't do that. But like furniture and stuff like that, you can buy it here. Sell it, give it away. Give it to some kid who he's trying to furnish his house or his apartment and he has no money.
Goodwill.
Give it to Goodwill, yeah. Sell everything you don't absolutely need, but you better be sure of your move. Yes, you sell it, don't store it. No, you don't store it. You sell it, you give it away, or you throw it away. 3 things. I'd visit first if you don't know short. Yeah, definitely. Oh, I went before the outbreak. I loved every second of it. Well, I don't know, how long were you here?
That's it. Vacationing versus expat.
Yeah, big difference between being a tourist and being an expat.
Visiting is not the same as living here.
Come for a few months first, see if anything changes. Yeah, you could do that. If you can, take 3 months. I used to say 6 months to a year because back in the day, that was what people did. But now they don't do that. I think if I do start over with my pension and SSD, I might roll the dice and go to Vietnam. Well, then go. Okay? God damn, man. Give me something useful there, Darth Son. Vietnam seems like more of an up-and-coming country than China. Yeah, how are you going to stay there, pal? How are you going to stay there? How are you going to stay there long term? Tell me that. They don't have a retirement visa. You got to go out of the country every 3 months. Good luck. That's all I got to say. And I love Vietnam. Vietnam is great. I don't particularly love Hanoi or Ho Chi Minh simply because they are so overcrowded. But you go to some of the places and they're pretty nice. I mean, we went to Da Nang, I don't know, 9 months ago, and we loved it. No, it's far more than that. What's your budget for your family? 80 to 100,000. No. Then make the move, Socrates. Good luck. Yeah. If you want, make the move. Or make the move for 3 months, and then if you have to, go fly back, take care of all your business, and then come back for good. It's up to you. So, you can do it how you want. That's the beauty of it. You can do whatever you want. This is the thing. You can figure out what you want, and as long as you can finagle it, then you can go ahead, do it. Do whatever you want. Now, for me, what I probably would have done differently back in the day is I probably would have planned a little bit better financially. I would have put the money that I was supposed to get paid, I would have had that put in escrow. That's number one right there. That way I would have got my money, the $1,500 a month for 18 months. I would have got the whole amount, and there was nothing he could do about it. I didn't have all that many illusions about what would be here when I came here because I had been here like 5 times already. But there were a few things. And, listen, with the girls, they are very smooth, the women. They're very, very smooth. They will make you think that you are the most important thing on the planet. And then something will happen and you find out you are nowhere near that. So guys who really are kind of not with the program, and I'll tell you what, in the first couple of months I was not with it. I didn't understand that, these girls, they're just trying to get money. And not all of them were out strictly for the money. I mean, there was a girl that when I went to Bumrungrad Hospital because I had, what was it called with my lungs? where you go in and there was cigarettes, bronchitis. It was acute bronchitis. And I had to go in the hospital. It was so bad because I'd never smoked cigarettes. And I went in and they used to smoke cigarettes inside the clubs. And it was so smoky that I was going in every night, that I was coughing and I was really bad off. And I went in, it was 15,000 baht for 3 nights in Bumrungrad Hospital. And a girl came in and she was there every day sitting with me. And then when I got out and paid the bill, I went to give her some money and she goes, no, you don't have to give me any money. Now, when I went with her later on, and I, we were hooked up. Well, then I had to pay, but anyway. Also, I would be a little more patient, but I would still take the risk. I don't know if I would take the risk in Thailand, and I would still bet on myself, which is what I did. And that's the difference between some people. Now, is there an age where you really need to feel like, okay, I'm at a spot now where it's okay for me to move abroad? Would I do it at 17 or 18? No, never. I don't care what, this little 18-year-old kid that's got his place is saying. I mean, good for him, but I wouldn't do it. And it's not that I'm scared to move abroad, or I did move abroad. Well, I moved in the United States when I was 17. But I think that there's a lot of things that can happen that you don't think about, and you need money, and you need this, and you need that, and I don't think it's the right move. But okay. Every time I lost something, it seemed that I found something else, and maybe that's what the real reward is. You come over and you lose a piece of yourself, but you also pick up other things, so you're kind of building yourself back up in a new way. And I think that's, very important. Yeah, I mean, let me see here. Vacation equals honeymoon long-term, a whole nother ball of wax. Been saving ever since I went there. 450,000 as a buffer plus my retirement. 450 Danish kroners, that is. 450,000. Wow, that's not very much. That's $70,000. Well, the guy who's 18, I don't know what he's doing other than he works online and he's doing clipping, which he clips out videos, parts of video streams, and then he puts them up. I don't know where. Maybe he's putting them up on Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. I don't know. And he's making money from all of them. I don't know. But I don't think he's making a huge amount. But I don't think he's spending a huge amount either. And so, whatever, to each his own. But I just don't think it's all that smart for him to do that. I don't even think it's smart for him to be here for a long period of time without... I mean, if he was going to school, it would be much more smart. For me, it would be more intelligent for him to do that than to just come here and not really do anything. I met a bar girl in Pattaya, and she left in the money without taking any money. Now she is asking me to hand over the money to her. She's being rude and nasty. I like her, but have I lost her? You never had her. Yeah, exactly. Jesus Christ. My retirement is 14,600. 14,600 what? Danish kroners? Okay. Oh, Nikki doesn't have class today. Okay. Wow. There was no class yesterday and there's no class today. He has no class. Oh my God, you know what? Darth Son, I'm sick of your questions, dude. I really am so sick of your asinine questions. Does anybody know about in America about, we're not talking about that. Stop disrupting the stream, you moron. Yeah, dude, don't even, I mean, Satvik Soul. Dude, you never had her. And if she didn't take the money when she left in the morning, then, you know, you don't know her shit, man. Please take it easy, MF.
Take it easy, man.
What's F? What's MF? What is MF? Is that short for something? Am I missing something? Well, he's been timed out for a minute. If he asks another asinine question, I'm going to time him out for 5 minutes. And then I'm going to time him out for even, I know that, Socrates. He felt the need to tell me what MF means.
You asked.
All right, well, we don't need to, you know, listen, you got to figure that out yourself, buddy. Yeah, I would say get yourself a girl who doesn't ask for money when you have sex with her. That's something, I'd like to see that happen. And that's what, you know, these guys think. They think they're going to come over here and, oh, all the girls are going to love me. Oh, well, I was joking around. I was being facetious. All the girls love me here. Oh, they're going to, no, all the girls who, they want money, even they don't want you. Some of them want you, some of them don't. Listen, I didn't want probably 95%, 99% of the women I saw in Pattaya the last time I went there. I didn't want 99% of them. Out of the hundreds, there's probably 150, 200 girls in this one bar. And I know that Billy remembers that bar. And out of that whole bar, I only saw 2 or 3 girls that I went, wow, those girls are all right. Because they weren't slathered in tattoos, they weren't fat pigs, you know. And listen, that's something else I got to bring up. But hang on a second here. Multiple fantasy, like his fantasy of a ladyboy not taking money. Don't get a girl close to your hotel. Well, you asked. Have your fun and go back home. Quit thinking. Yeah, I don't understand. I guess it depends on how old he is. You know, $70,000 is, that's nothing. I mean, really. Now, what about insurance? You got insurance? You know. Nobody asked you, Darth Son. Really, nobody asked you for the answer to questions when you don't know jack shit. And that's how I view you. You don't know jack shit. No, not that I know of. No, there's a tsunami alert for the U.S., Japan, Russia, and Philippines after an 8.8 magnitude or 8.0 magnitude earthquake in Kamchatka, Russia. Okay, so I wouldn't worry about it here yet. I don't think Bangkok. I'm not going to worry about it, believe me. What is it with people covered in tattoos? 90% of the Thailand have no visible tattoos. Well, it comes with the profession. It comes with the profession. I mean, really, it does. You know my name. It's Chuck. You know why? Because I don't give a fuck. If it ain't affecting us, I hate to sound selfish, but I don't really care.
The earthquake was upgraded to 8.7.
Well, I saw 8.8, but okay. But, I care from a human being standpoint, from, how many people are killed and that kind of thing. Yeah, I don't want people to die. I don't want any of that stuff. But as far as me and my family, I don't care. Well, how old are you, Socrates? I mean, I ask a question, nobody answers the question. It's like, do you hear me asking?
This one says 8.8.
I don't really, listen, would I get one with tattoos? Yeah, of course I would. But I wouldn't get one that's like got them all over her body, I was with a girl once, I told this story, and around the nether regions, she had a shark's jaw and little teeth going in. I swear. 49, okay. Oh yeah, that's right, okay. That's right, okay. So you're 49, you're 50 years old. I don't know, man. I don't know if 2,200 is really enough. Thinking long term, I think what you need to do is live off of like 1,500 and save 700, and do something with that 70,000. Get your retirement visa, put the 26,000, whatever it is, 25,000. You put that in the bank. Then the rest of it, you have a little bit of cash, like $5,000 in cash, and the rest of it you put into some stocks or whatever it may be. That you feel comfortable with, and then every month you put in that extra $700, 700, and in 10 years, that's quite a bit of money, especially with interest. So that's what I would do. So, like I said, starting over costs you. And sometimes it's just not going to work. And sometimes it will. Sometimes it'll cost you comfort, stability, familiarity. It really depends, but it may cost you some relationships. Listen, I've lost, a handful of friends back in the States. Now, if I went back there, would they still be my friend? Would I still be able to hang out with them? Yes, I would. But like, I got one guy, I used to hang out with him like every weekend in Palm Desert. I used to hang out with him all the time. And I asked him, why don't you come over? Why don't you come here? Listen, just pay for the ticket and I'll take care of everything else. You can stay with me. We got food. I'll take you out to eat, whatever. Never, ever came over. And he never wanted to come over. And I'm like, dude, why don't you come over? You'll be surprised. Oh, yeah, I should. Yeah, I will. Don't worry. And then he never does. That's happened numerous times. So a lot of guys in the States, at least, I don't know about elsewhere, but in the States, for whatever reason, they're just set in their life and they don't want to, they would never even think about moving somewhere else. They don't want to go to Ecuador, they don't want to go to Brazil, they don't want to go to any of these places. So, well, yeah, now I think it's, 12 years and a couple of months or something. And like when I started, YouTube was definitely not the same as it is now. If I had started 5 years ago, I might have started the channel and done things quite a bit differently. But 12 years ago, I didn't have a clue. I just threw up videos, But that's the thing, if you tell the truth, you don't have to lie, and you don't have to remember. So I'm generally asking for advice. Please be a little sensitive. You ain't gonna get no fucking sensitivity here, pal. Well, I mean, what the fuck do you think this
You
is?
need sensitivity training.
What do you fucking think this is? You think this is a place back in the U.S. where, oh my God, you're so woke, we have to be so kind to you? I don't give a fuck about your sensitivity. I'll tell you exactly how it is. You'll get it for better or worse, buddy. I am asking for help, then I trust you to give an answer if possible. Don't shame my intelligence. Yeah, maybe. We'll see. What is the fucking question, buddy? You're telling me not to be sensitive or to be sensitive. What's your question? You never answered the question. You never asked the question. I got some real geniuses in this chat. 80% guys who know what the score is, and 20% who are just lost, dazed, and confused.
Lost in space.
Yeah, they're lost in space and dazed and confused. Yeah, if I want sensitive, I ask my wife to do a little something for me.
You know, you can set Grok AI to be sensitive.
I don't want to. I don't want to do that. I like Grok when it's tells it like it is and tells you to fuck off.
You can do that too.
I like it that way. I don't really, honestly, I don't like Grok more than ChatGPT.
I tried its Socratic, and the Socratic mode got really annoying.
Oh, really?
It never gave you a straight answer. It was always asking you a question back.
How have I not been courteous? I've told you exactly how things need to be. And if you don't like the sensitivity that I show here, Darth Son, fuck off.
That was sensitive.
Yeah, that was real sensitive. I mean, listen, you come into the chat, you just talk shit. All you do is disrupt the fucking stream. You're 2 seconds from getting banned for good because I don't particularly like your stupid questions. You don't even ask a useful question, dude. You can look up something on Google yourself and have half a little bit of knowledge coming in. You don't know shit, man. And you certainly don't know shit about Thailand. So both of you can fuck off if you want, because I'm about 2 seconds from banning both of you for being a bunch of overly sensitive little girls. Bunch of little cunts. You know, in Australia, and my friend told me, because he's from Australia, I said, so, that guy's a bit of an ugly cunt, isn't he? And he's like, why are you calling him a cunt? I go, that's what people in Australia do. They call people cunts. And he goes, people in Australia don't call other people cunts. I said, the people that I hang out with, they call each other cunts. He's like, oh, that's not, you know, you got to think about that. Dude, the thing with you is that I was talking nice to you about your starting over plan, but then you give these fucking stupid comments, and that's all you do. And the thing is you know, the problem, Darth, is that you come in here 90% of the time. You're talking about your prostate. I don't give a shit about your prostate, quite frankly. Go get it checked. That's all I'm going to say about your prostate. I don't give a fuck about it. And we don't need to talk about it here. So why do you come in and bring that subject up when we're talking about something different? If you had said to me, okay, I'm thinking about moving over there, you don't even know when you're moving over here. You haven't got a clue. Well, when my lawyers are done, that might be 5 years from now. Now, if it's only like 6 months, okay, whatever. And you're going to move over here, great. If you're getting $3,000, you got more than enough to live somewhat comfortably. You're not going to live high on the hog. You're not going to live fantastically, but you can live pretty damn good. And I know because I've earned $150,000 a month. And I had more money than I knew what to do with. Oh, God. Well, I'm glad you're not talking about your prostate. Don't do it again. We don't need to hear it. What was the other stupid thing you said? Do I need to look back here? All you're thinking about is chicks. I'm going to come over here it's all for the chicks, man. If you're coming here all for the chicks, my presumption will be that in 6 months you're going to be out of money and you're going to be going, holy shit, what did I do? I wasted all my time and money. That's what I think you're going to do. Oh, I guess I deleted all those messages. The girl left this morning without taking the money. Now she's asking me to hand over the money and is upset for reasons I am unaware of. Have I lost her as a holiday girlfriend? She's not your girlfriend. She's not even a holiday girlfriend. Now, let me just ask you this. How much money are we talking about? 3,000 baht, 2,000 baht, 5,000 baht? What is it? Tell me how much it is. Okay, because I'm going to give you an easy answer. But I need to know the answer to that question. It's on a need-to-know basis. Okay, well, I'm very glad, Darth, and you know it all, so, No, I'm not saying unknown reasons. I'm saying she left. How much were you supposed to pay her? Yeah, exactly. That's the last question to you, Satvik Soul. How much were you supposed to pay her? Because I'm going to tell you what you need to do. I've got the perfect answer for you. I'm waiting because of the lag. We'll just wait a couple more seconds and see if this guy answers.
I hear the Jeopardy theme music now.
Yeah, what's up with that? You got $1 million house, why don't you rent it out? I mean, it's like you're so, you know what? Satvik Soul, I've asked you. There are hundreds of other things I could do to make up. Okay, but I asked you a question and you won't answer it. So I'm going to give you a minute to answer. That's it. You get 1 minute to answer. Yeah, I'm in really bad shape right now because of the Thailand-Cambodia border conflict.
36% tariffs. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, moment I heard about the conflict with Cambodia, I thought about you. Hope you're doing well. I am doing well. No, but I'm asking you again. I'm going to ask you one more time. How much money does she want? 200 baht? What is it? One. You have till 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. No answer. Well, I guess we got one thing to do. See you later. And you know what? Where's that little pussy, Darth's son? Dude, you've been full of shit for months. And guess what? You're gone. You know why? Because here's the thing. I don't give a fuck how many subscribers I have. I don't give a fuck how much money I make right now. I mean, the more I make, hey, wow, it's great. Money's nice. But you know what? When it comes to people coming into my stream and interrupting me and fucking with me and being a dumbass, I would much rather just delete you. And anytime you come in, whether it's a different username or not, you get banned. That's all. It's very simple. And when you talk about, what the hell was it? Oh, please be a little sensitive. Oh, wow, you're going to cry? What the fuck, man? Be a man. Sensitive about what? I'm sensitive when I get kicked in my balls, okay? That's how I'm sensitive. I'm not sensitive when somebody says something. I don't really give a shit.
He won't tell you how much he's afraid his mommy's watching the video.
Maybe, I don't know. You know, it's a very simple thing. You tell me how much the girl wants, and you know what I would say is, if it's only 2,000 baht, walk across the street and fucking give her the money. What's the problem? What is the problem? If you want, and you think she's just being a bitch for no reason, well, you did promise her that you were going to pay her. You did sleep with her, so you do owe her the money. So walk across the street and give her the money, and then otherwise shut the fuck up. If a dude simply social shows block, what? If a dude named Simply Social shows block him, he isn't a Thailand channel troll, but I have never seen him on your channel. This is a Chowderhead tribute stream. Yeah, listen, I've had my doubts about Darth's son for a long time, and I've let him go because I try to be nice, I try to be friendly, I try to be, you know, somewhat sensitive. But when I see that, when I see some idiotic bullshit, why don't you be sensitive? Ugh, why don't you cram a rod up your ass and be sensitive? Okay? Seriously. Cram a rod up your ass. How's that? How's that? Now, probably this stream is not going to get monetized, but since I made $2 today, I'm so happy. It really bothers me that this stream will not be monetized because I've made $2. Well, I thought it was a Dyson air filter. Who asked me about that? Was that guy that asked me, the social, what is his name? Whatever the hell that guy's name.
We were talking about Dyson
Or maybe it was Ben, I don't know. I don't remember. Yeah, I don't really care, and I don't feel like looking for it, so it doesn't matter. It was a Dyson air filter. But Dyson is generally a decent product, and you pay good money for it. My wife has a Dyson hair dryer, and it cost her like $480. 500 bucks, something like that. No, I think it was 460. Something. It's like, let me think here. Yeah, it was almost 15,000 baht. 14,999 baht. And the reason is because it's like a heavy duty, like, you know, for like it would be like for a salon. Yeah, it'd be like for a salon, and you can do it, and you can do all sorts of things with them, you know. I don't know about curling irons and blow dryers. And my hairstyle it is what it is.
You overused it.
When you don't have hair, okay, so I don't have hair. So what's the problem? Yeah, I'm telling you, she has it, and it comes in a box about that big and that high, and it's got all the little attachments and everything on it, and she loves that thing. She uses it pretty much every day. But I was like, what'd you pay that for? And I'm like, but whatever, you know, it's her money, do what you want, you know. Doesn't bother me. She's saving, I'm saving, we're both doing things together, so I'm good. You know, she wants to do that, go ahead. Now, we were going to go to Greece in August, and, well, thank you, Johnny. But I think that, I don't know yet, because my friend has a film festival that's supposed to go there, and he's not sure it's going to go. If he's going to go, then we'll go and meet him, and he doesn't know, and so I'm like, eh. Now it's getting close. I mean, it's only a couple of weeks, well, what is it, 9 days away when he's supposed to be there. She's not high-so, but, you know, whatever. Yeah, I mean, for her, as a woman, I don't understand why she does half the shit, that she does. I don't know. She tells me, and I go, oh, wow, that's kind of nice. You know, I'm going to go get my hair done. She goes and gets her hair done. It looks a little bit different. And I said, why do you got to do that? Oh, I got things going on this week. What do you got going on? Meetings. She's like, I just want to make sure my hair looks decent for these meetings. You know, then she dresses all up and, you know. Yeah, well, if you have the money, it's not a big concern. You know, 15K is not all that much, really. And if she really wants it and can use it for years and years, and she has the money, which she does, then what does it matter? It's a curling iron, it's this, it's that. It's $14,990. That's how much she got it for. Girls get their hair did not done. I don't get it. Well, this stream has been a little bit of fun. It's been a little bit of magic. What was I talking about here? That's true. But I mean, you know, she'll pay somebody to do her hair and, you know, all that other stuff every once in a while. She told me the other day, I'm going to get my hair trimmed. I go, what? No, you don't need to get your hair trimmed. And so she went out and she got like this much trimmed off the bottom. So anyway, what we were talking about is just coming to wherever you're going to go, whether it be Thailand or Cambodia or Vietnam or wherever it is. And starting all over again, building a new identity for yourself. Not one that people want you to be or people expect you to be, like in some cases is in the US. People expect you to go to school, then go to college, then find a job. Oh, now you're working a job. Oh, that's great. You're going to buy a house now? And then you buy the house and you do it. I didn't do that shit. And I'm so glad. Listen, I bought my own clippers too, and it saves me about at least 100 baht, maybe 200 baht a month. Because we just zip it off and that's it. Done. So I love that, Jim. Now let me see here. You know, when I came here, I didn't have a grand plan. I just came here because I thought, I want to see what it's like to live in Thailand. I didn't have this big grand plan. That's only started formulating after I'd been here for a while. Why is that, Robert? Need I ask? So, in the time that I've been here, I've made mistakes. And sometimes I've paid the price, sometimes more often than not. I've paid a price, and I just keep going. And that's the thing. You know, think about it. Now, there's a lot of YouTubers out there that have been streaming for 5 years, 10 years. And, you know, maybe I've been streaming for 2 or 3 years, and they were not even on the scene. And now people are starting to build up some time here. There's a lot of people that are building up time. And that's okay, but there are new people coming in all the time, and that's where they need to start all over again. What, are you getting ready to go? You got work to do? I'm a hippie at heart. My hair is halfway down my back. It's getting thin as I'm getting older. Okay. Anyway, like I said, tomorrow I go to Surat, and I'm so very, very, very thrilled. Well, I don't know that I'm thrilled, but, you know, I'm just happy to go and check stuff out, see what we got down there, because we put a lot of work into it, a lot of money into it. And, you know, maybe I can show you guys some stuff. I don't know. I'll show you around on, I think I'm going to stream on Sunday morning at probably 9 o'clock. I just have to see what time, when we're going to leave, what day we're going to leave. I'm not sure yet, so. But that's the real stuff, the rural stuff.
Tour, huh?
Yes, you'll get a virtual tour. You'll get to see the real rural stuff, the land, the work, the change, and yeah, that's about it. Now, Do remember to leave a, what is it? A thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. Hit the like button. Did I say that already? Hit the like button. Subscribe. Click the notification bell. Hit the join button down below. Look down in the description.
Ring the bell.
There's a plethora of ways that you can help the channel, help me, to where what I do is kind of has a little bit of a value. Today I earned $2 and I'm thrilled. $2. I know, but in the States it's my identity. I hate showering with this hair.
Cut it off.
So you don't shower?
Either don't shower.
You don't shower you don't clean the hair? I couldn't imagine grooming and washing that hair that long. No, I mean, it's just, sorry, Robert. Hippie or not, hippies were back in the 60s, you know, so, you know, that's a long time ago. Yeah, a new shortcut could be your identity.
Cut it, make a wig, and then put it on and off whenever you want.
Oh my God. I got a like from, and $2 from 2/4 Korean. Give him a like, please. He deserves it. Definitely. Let me read some of these and then I'm going to get out of here. States is my identity. Yeah, I mean, really, what is an identity? An identity is inside you. It doesn't come from your hair. You're not Hercules, okay? If you cut your hair, you won't lose all your strength. I couldn't imagine like grooming and washing. Listen, with me, I get a bar of soap. I put some soap on my hand, wash my hair, rinse it off. It's all done. It's all clean. Everything is good. Well, if you come to Thailand with that kind of long hair, they might give you a hard time. They might give you a ration of shit. Don't go spending all that money in one place, Scott. Oh, well, thank you. I'll make sure I don't. Being shortcut could also be your identity. Yes. If I didn't shower, I wouldn't hate showering. I have the visual. Yeah, I barely have the visual. Good stream. Reminds me of your I Got a Letter series. I know this hair won't fly in Thailand, trust me. Now, if you, like, I don't know, if you really want to put it up in a man bun, you see the look on my face, a man bun. Maybe you could get away with it or, you know, if you got a hat on or something and it's in a man bun, you could get away with it with immigration and you could get through, and then you let it down and all the girls be like, you're just like a girl. Sometimes we reinvent ourselves. Yes, indeed. Wash your hair. Not sure if you can really say that. I went to give myself a trim and forgot that I hadn't replaced the long head on the trimmers. After using it to shave, I buzzed the middle of my head and then had to buzz it all the way down. Oh, all right, so I got another baldy. Oh my God, that was a red alert. Red alert, red alert. All right, let's see who the people are here in the, what is it? What's it called? Top fans. Number 1, oh my goodness, 2/4 Korean. Number 2, Robert Pierpoint or Pierpont, whatever. Number 3, Lung Jim. Number 4, Tra. Number 5, Gundam. Number 6, Socrates. Number 7, Enda Trading. Number 8, Let's Go Brandon. Number 9, Chris Life in Thailand. Number 10, Raymond. There you go. Oh, number 13. Number 11, MGTOW Gamer. Number 12, Stephen White. Number 13, Mike Goes Abroad. Welcome. Number 14, Bruce G. Number 15, Shudo Express. 16, Way Deep Inside, baby. Number 17, Johnny Ace. Number 18, Damon Be Cool. Number 19, Some Gabe. Number 20, Charles Akana. Welcome, Charles Akana. Again, hope you're having a good time here. So, yeah, that's it. You've got all the information that you need to know, I think. Let me see here. You could have wore a hat, Jim. Long hair is acceptable on Khao San Road. Just don't forget your elephant pants. You know, I don't know that I've ever worn elephant pants. It's just unbecoming of a man. You wear elephant pants. It's not the right thing to do.
Where's the truck go?
He can keep his hair and work on Nana. Well, listen, the lady who came here yesterday, Disco Debbie, she has some videos of her where she is dancing, and she's dancing, I think it's at Nana. She's dancing in the bars with the girls on the stage, and they actually, she said, I made $12 twice, and then I made 100 baht. So she made like 400 baht, 400 baht, and 100 baht. And I will say she is not a youngster. She's not, 22 years old, and you're looking at her body going, oh my God, that thing is absolutely perfect. That is 110% right there, baby. No, she's a little bit older than that, and so I don't know what my point is. That was it. Anyway.
I've been in Nana for 10 years.
Oh, it's been a long time, and I used to go there, every once in a while with a friend or
10
something.
years ago, it was switching to Costa Toys, so I had no desire to go back.
Do you guys have any idea how much money I saved this past year not getting a haircut? That's my retirement fund. It's dark and guys are drunk. They appreciated her. That is true. Hate to say it, Debbie. That's what they care about. She's a very friendly person. And yeah, I would save about 200 baht a month. So what would I save? 2,400 baht a year, which is about 75 bucks, 70 something bucks. That's what I would save every year. So if that can go towards my retirement, woo, yes, I'm so happy. Disco Debbie is a guy who came with Chucky. Chucky came yesterday, 2 quarters Korean, just to let you know. Chucky came yesterday because I told him I'm not going halfway across town. I'm just not doing it. I went the other day, I'm not doing it again. He says, okay, well, I'll come to the mall. And so he comes here and he says, yes, I have a friend, she's coming with me, her name is Disco Debbie. And I said, Disco Debbie? Yes, Disco Debbie. And so she shows up here, and she's an elderly woman, but she says she's young at heart. And she was very funny because she was like, Chuck, I want to go here. Chuck, let's go there. Chuck, what about this place? Chuck, what about that place? And she goes, I'm not your tour guide. He's like, I'm not your tour guide. I can't take you everywhere. You're not going to go everywhere you want. And she's like, yeah, but I would really like to go here, and I'd really, and they were going back and forth, and I could see Chuck was getting a little bit frustrated, which made me laugh because I was like, all right, I'm out of here. Time for me, I got to go eat. It's feeding time. And so they made their way out and went to Mahanakhon Tower. At like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, they went to Mahanakhon Tower, and I don't know how that went. I'll have to ask him today. Well, I almost wanted to say, oh yes, Chuck and his old lady, but I didn't want to call her old, and I don't want to call anybody that age old, because guess what? I'm near that age, so I guess that means I'm old too. Anybody over 60, if I go, yeah, that old guy, wow, oh, at the last minute too. Charles, how you doing? And I just talked about you. I said, I hope you're doing well here in Thailand. Sounds like you are. Thank you very much. Thank you to all you guys. And this is what I'm talking about. It's always these guys. It's never Darth's son. It's never Satvik Solsam or whatever his name was. It's never any of these guys. What is this saw dude? Long hair, matted hair, and elephant pants at the concert. I heard him say namaste. Oh my God. Namaste. Namaste, Tom. Oh, God. Yes, Charles is the man tonight. Whoever puts $20 instead of $19.99, they might be the man too. I don't know. How does that work? He's got 1,025 XP points, which I don't know what that means. I think it has to do with your fan points or something. I don't know. Anyway, listen. We've been going on for more than 2 hours now. 2 hours and 5 minutes. 6 minutes. Something like that. So I think that means it's time to say arrivederci, aloha. Huh? What? What the hell is that?
Persian for good morning.
Well, I'm saying goodbye.
Speak on that.
Chok di leo jakan mai. Ooh.
Speak on that.
Okay. Tom speaks a little bit of Persian. Okay, very good. I knew he was going to come today. For some reason, I just knew it. I don't know why, but I'm sitting here working. I'm like, oh, it's so nice. And then I look up and there he is. And I go, all right, I'll wait, do the work later. All right, guys, time to take off. Charles, thanks again. I appreciate it. Give him some thumbs up there. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. And yeah, it's nice to have some people who are givers. There's a hell of a lot of people who are not. And whatever, you want to watch, that's fine. Just watch. Just don't ask me a bunch of stupid questions, please. That's all I ask. All right? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Maybe I'll see you again from Suratani.